The first comic I wanted to make some noise from, he has a show every Tuesday night at the Nightcap called Only Friends. But most importantly, he's a hilarious comic from Florida. Give it up for Gordon Jackson.
Sorry, got my clothes on. My girlfriend would be mad. But yeah, I am from Florida. Any of you guys from the South? That's how you know someone's from the South. That's a real woo. I'm glad you got out. West Coast, best coast. I do love it when my friends from the South visit LA for the first time, though. I do. Because they'll always pull me aside at the end of the day, and they'll be like, Gordo, y'all are real liberal with your sex lives in Los Angeles. Y'all eat ass? And I'm like, calm down, man. I'm from Florida. We eat ass, too. You give us enough bath salts, we'll eat the whole person. That joke's silly. You guys are silly for laughing at it. Pop quiz. Edamame hummus. Who's had it? Not a lot of woos. Y'all are sleeping on a dip. It's delightful. It's the perfect Middle Eastern Japanese fusion hummus you guys are all missing out on. It's available at Whole Foods. You can get it there. If you don't think anything I'm about to say is funny, you learned a new dip. You're welcome. So last January, I was fucking a girl in a Denny's parking lot. I'm from Florida, that's love. It was a good first date in North Hollywood. They call North Hollywood NoHo, but it's all ho. And after we were done fucking, she asked me what I was into, and I said Jewish women because it makes my mom happy. And she said that box is checked. My last name is Weinman. And I was like, dope, what are you into? And she goes, well, I like to be called a slut, a whore, dog stuff, choke, slap. I'm like, wait, what's dog stuff? She goes, I'll tell you in a little bit. I also like to be spit on. And there's like one more thing, but I don't think I should tell you on a first date. And I was like, whenever you're comfortable, you can let me know. And she was like, okay. Sometimes I like to get pissed on. And I was like, dope, what's dog stuff? And she was like, I just want you to treat me like I'm a domesticated animal, like give me orders and commands that I can follow and just give me instructions and I'll obey them. And I was like, all right, cool. So it's our second date. We're watching a movie at my house. And halfway through the film, she was like, hey, you want to try out that dog stuff? Look, I'm a down dude. I don't kink shame. I'm not getting canceled at Shoebox Comedy. Like, whatever you're into, I'm into. I'm about pleasure and fun. But here's the thing, guys. I'm a cat person. And an untrained dog's fucking annoying. Can't watch this movie while this bitch keeps barking. But I've lived in Los Angeles, California for a while. I've took a couple improv classes. I knew how to yes and the sitch. So I took off my belt, made a makeshift leash, tied it around her neck, had her kneel in front of me like a human footstool, and told her if she was a good girl at the end of the film, I'd fuck her. I don't know what you guys do with your dogs. I'm a cat person. But she was a good girl. And I am a man of my word. So after the film was over, I was fucking her, but she started barking again. I've got roommates. Can't have that. had the yes and the sitch yet again. So I looked at her and I said, "Listen, my landlord doesn't let me have pets. If you don't stop barking, I'll fucking put you down." And I've never seen someone come harder in their life. She hit me up while I was at work later on and said, "Hey, can you come over? I made you something." And I was like, "Dope, you're giving me a lot of material for Shoebox Comedy." So I went over to her place and we head out. We had a great night. And as I was about to leave, before I was gonna go, she said, "Hey, do you think before you leave you could piss on me?" And I said, "Yeah." So 2 days before Los Angeles, California shut down due to a global pandemic known as the coronavirus, I pissed on someone for the first time. And she looked up at me, covered in my urine, and said, "Hey, I made you some edamame hummus. It's in the fridge." And I was like, "Dope, I had no idea that existed. I was sleeping on a dip." It was delightful. Question for the fellas. Do any of you guys like using the women's restroom? I do. The graffiti's nicer. I like using the women's restroom and looking up at the wall literature. Says stuff like, "In case no one told you, girl, you are brave. You are strong. You are courageous. I want you to get out there and kill it, sister." And I flush and I feel good about myself. Until later on, I find myself in a men's restroom. You guys know how gross that is. You use the urinal, you look up, it says stuff like, "Suck God's dick." No, thank you. I want to go back in there where I is smart, I is kind, I is important. I've also noticed that girls also draw dicks on the wall. And I think that's beautiful. Really, it's awesome. Because despite the subtle differences that may or may not exist in gender, we have all agreed as a human race. Vaginas are tough to draw. Dicks are just easier. So black people say the N-word. Have you seen this? Just me? I think it's dope. I think it's awesome that they took something that was used to demean them and put them down and rebrand it, reclaim it, make it their own. My people, the Jews, did something similar with the C word. Camps. Yeah, that grown serious, I felt it too. But think about it, man. Jewish camp in the 1940s, total bummer. Jewish camp today, total summer. I got bullied in 5th grade for being Jewish. This kid, Max, is like, "Oh, you're Jewish? You belong in a fucking camp." And all I could think was, I fucking wish. Camp was dope. In camp, I fingered Rachel, Leah, Hannah. I had a Jew on each finger, just a fistful of Jews. And after I was done fingering them, I got to go kayaking. Kayaking's killer. It's an awesome upper body workout. And you need good upper body strength to what? Finger more Jews. Showers still kind of suck, though. Thank you, guys. I'm Gordon Jackson.
Keep it going for Gordon, guys. Yeah, he's hilarious. Keep it going for the Jews. All right, guys, we're just going to keep this show rolling. All right, this next comic was actually when I moved back to LA, was one of the first comics that I saw like live at a stand-up show, and I was like, holy shit, she blew this out of the water. I'm so happy we were able to get her on the show.